Hey everybody, welcome back to IronXRanch. Scott here, and to say that the beginning of 2025 was rough for Southern California would be an understatement. We had very bad windstorms that fueled even worse fires, and on the ranch we also had our trouble, ranging from some health issues to our first major loss of animals on the ranch. So this won't be a happy video, but let me show you what happened.
All right, the Mrs. Volk is getting her jacket on because I just found Mama the pig is outside, so we're going to try and get her back in. But it's really cold in San Diego, which means it's like 40 degrees. So everybody else is laughing at us. All right, let's see. Mama! There's the dogs. You check that way, I'll check this way. All right, let's go back around. You got her? Rusty, why didn't you keep her in? You guys. Not a big help. Hey, Mama. What are you doing out here? It's working. Just keep going. Come on, Mama. We're all going this way.
So that was actually the fourth day that Mama had gotten out. And in fact, on Christmas Day, she got out 4 times in one day. So we've gotten pretty good at getting her back into her pen. And what we found is she'll just mostly follow us right back to that area. She needs some coaxing to actually get back into the pen, but we can do that with some food. So we spent a lot of time chasing her around the yard, and we've now realized we don't have to. But just a couple days after this, the winds kicked up that started a lot of the devastation you saw in Los Angeles.
Okay, so it's mid-January up here. They said we would have some wind today. Right now, fire's raging in Los Angeles. We're supposed to be getting gusts of 50. Came out to hear things coming on the Virginia side. Can't see if there's anything up there. But it's a little bit windy up there.
All right, so those were actually 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. And to put it in comparison, parts of Los Angeles were getting 100 mile an hour gusts through canyons. So you can really tell those firefighters up there had no chance. And, you know, forget all the way California screwed everything up. The weather, the wind was just too much. San Diego, our fire department was on top of everything like crazy. We had 7 fires, but they were all put out relatively quickly with minor damage. So great job for them. Unfortunately for the ranch, the wind had a bad effect on me in that I did not, we used the old Tractor Supply screw top food bins, and I did not get the food bin on, the lid on tight enough one night, and we let the goats stay out with the dogs, and they've got some no fence collars, and so they don't have to be caged. Well, what happened is our 2 goats, Thelma and Louise being the bigger, she could smell the pig's food from the container because the lid was not on securely. And when I got up the next morning, she had knocked it with her head about 30 to 40 feet until the lid came off, and the 2 of them had eaten as much of the pig food as they could get to till their horns stopped them from getting in any farther. Louise, being the dominant goat, got most of it, but they were both very listless, and I didn't think it was a big issue. Once again, you don't know what you don't know when you're starting out something like this. But Tommy came in the next day, so by now this time it had been 18, 24 hours, and he said, "Did you call the vet?" We said, "No, I figured everything would be okay, so you need to call the vet." So we called the vet, and they brought out a team of 4 in a truck, and lots of shots, lots of drench, all kinds of stuff. And then Corey and I kept up the shots for another day, and Thelma did okay. It took her a long time, but she came through. But we lost Louise. We found her one morning. Zach and I and Corey were walking down to feed them, and she was head into the porta hut, and they always have their heads out to see what's going on. And so I knew we'd lost her at that point. And Zach had a little bit of trouble with it, but that's the first major death. We had chickens. You guys have seen our chicken disasters, but this one, kind of really hit home because this was 100% my fault. And we're raising animals to sell some from good breed stock, which is why we've got really good breeds and good genetics. But part of the plan is down the road, yes, we will sell some for meat, and that will involve killing, processing the animals. But accidentally having them die because of your neglect, that was really kind of hard to take, and had me just wondering if we were doing the right thing.
All right, they just came and took Louise. Thelma was just staring at the direction the truck went, and the dogs followed the truck to the gate and just came back. So now I gotta worry about this goat because being a herd animal, she's gonna be really lonely. And I don't know if I can handle another goat and risk screwing it up. But right now she's still sick. She's hiding from me because I've been giving her shots and giving her icky stuff to drink. But let's see if we got some lettuce here. Yeah, it's a great sign right there. That is the best thing that has happened all day. Would you rather have a carrot? Oh, she's going to go under the RV. Thinks I'm going to shove a syringe of ugly stuff, brown stuff in her mouth. Or she just realized that her friend's gone.